V81 Radio, V81 Radio. V81 Radio, V81 Radio.
Our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. In South Manila, this is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan, kahit nasaan ka man ito'y mapapakinggan. Oh, V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host, the show, this station, the management, and the network. Welcome to Pride and Proud Asia, Asia's first online radio show that champions LGBT contribution and leadership in business and in our country and the region. Hosted by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce, visibility, representation, and empowerment. This is Pride and Proud Asia. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, everyone! Welcome to another episode of Pride and Proud Asia, where we put the spotlight on LGBT leadership and inspiring stories in business and beyond. I am your host, your equality advocate, your partner in LGBT business, your Chief Rampa Officer, Ronn. This online show is presented by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce in partnership with V81 Radio Manila. So everybody, tonight is an exciting episode as we bring in a lot of beauty and light flavor in our discussion. So we wish to continuously share stories from the LGBT community and allies so that you can see us more, hear us more, and love us more. Kaya samahan niyo po kami ngayon sa aming episode. And let me now call on my co-host for today, our na-miss ko to, basically, our skin sensei, Dr. Winlove Mojica.
Hi Ron, happy Pride.
Hi Win, happy Pride.
Chief Rampa Officer, how are you?
All good. Ikaw, kamusta po? Ako po talaga.
As usual, toxic sa mga bagay-bagay, sa pandemic response, pag-aalaga ng magulang, pamimili sa grocery, at kung ano-ano pa. So, I'm very happy dahil merong break. I always love this show kasi it gives me a break. So parang nagkukwentuhan lang tayo at napag-uusapan natin yung mga relevant issues sa ating LGBT community. And tonight is a very exciting night dahil meron tayong super special guest at mamaya introduce natin siya, di ba?
Agree, my God. Alam mo na, medyo may mga usual na activities na natin ngayon. Pag-grocery, paghalag sa bahay, parents, kung kasama, or baka yung, ikaw, alam ko, plantito ka, so yung mga halaman mo.
Bukod doon, pagtingin sa Facebook Marketplace ng mga bagong halaman, yan ang ginagawa ko. Mga plantita at plantita, certified.
Oh, I know, right? So, well, hayaan mo na tayo dahil naman ang ating kumbaga diversion sa pandemyang ito, and I think we all deserve to develop new passion, yung mga bago natin, mga talent and skills.
Whatever makes us happy, dapat gawin natin. Kasi malungkot na sa labas. So kung may nagpapasaya sa atin, gusto nating kumanta at i-share sa mga tao, i-video ating sarili, go ahead. If you want to buy shirts, go ahead. If you want to cook, go ahead.
Shout out sa mga TikTokers, parang ganun ba? But again, Winlove and I were colleagues and friends in the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce. It's an industry organization of LGBT owned and managed, plus allies naman, enterprises where we make sure that the businesses of LGBT are taken care of, and where we also show in the mainstream the contribution of the LGBT community in national development. So yan po ang ginagawa namin when alam mo exciting yung mga nangyari for the past few weeks. So I think we need to go now to our rainbow news as we always
Yes.
do in our
Pagbabalik tanaw.
Oo, balik tanaw. Kasi ang daming mga kaganapan which I think our viewers who are listening and watching right now will perhaps, maybe they have seen it, maybe some have not, but I think it's also a good way to pick this news
Yeah, and
through us.
parang maraming good news, no? So, take it away, Ron. Our first
Oo.
issue.
Oo nga, ipakita na natin ang ating rainbow news. Let's look at the screen. For our first rainbow news, let's move to the first one. Sa next nating, yan, UK to ban LGBT conversion therapy and provide more support. I've seen this, I've actually read, actually, well, since I studied in the UK in the past, so I like what's going on. Especially if the Queen is involved. So just
Wait
recently,
lang, Ron. Wait. I have to cut you.
Ah.
You have to tell them what you did in the UK. Kasi,
Oh,
I'm very proud of this achievement of
oh my
yours.
God.
You have to tell them.
No. Marami, ano naman tayo, low profile. No, ano lang po, tayo po
Tingin ka,
hamak,
gusto mo?
hamak lang po tayo nag-aral sa, I took my master's in the UK and as part of that, parang small batch of evening scholars. So we,
Batch.
Hindi, but ano po yun, that was a very exciting experience for me. It's like, living abroad, in meeting a lot of people, now that they are
Meeting?
global friends. Yes. Oo naman, meeting. Ikaw talaga.
Yeah,
So,
Ron,
but
our chair is a evening scholar. So
Ah.
very few people would have that accomplishment. So I'm always very
Na-
proud when I say that our chair is a evening scholar.
nako,
So anyway,
wala.
going back
Maraming
to that,
salamat.
UK is to ban LGBT conversion therapy.
Yes.
Nakakaloka, no? Meron pa palang ganun ngayon. I mean, here in the Philippines lang sinasabi
Meron
lang
ba?
na
Sa atin.
walang official, walang academic or institution who will do that will do that. Pero parang ang usual mo na maririnig na magsimba ka, ganyan, parang pumunta ka doon sa malayong ganon para magbago ang isip mo. Pero yung official na lalagay ka sa institution, sa isang hospital or I don't know.
Oo.
Wala tayong ganon. Meron pala sa UK noon.
Baka merong yung mga ibang mga sector na mga institutions. But so that's why ngayon, because of this sweeping policy of the government, talagang they will make sure na wala nang ginagawa. Kasi I remember in the 50s, there's this scientist, Alan Turing. I don't know if for the historians, those who love history. Si Alan Turing, he's the one who discovered the Enigma code during World War II. Yung Germany was transmitting codes for war through Enigma. If not for Alan Turing, who's LGBT,
Correct.
the Imitation Game, I think yung sa movie niya, para hindi niya madidecode yung mga messages, para ma-intercept nga yung mga military movement ng Germany back then. But after that, so that was his contribution. He was still subjected to conversion therapy. He was given like parang estrogen, I think, a few times. Parang may nilalagay yata sa legs that it releases the hormones for 2 years. So, but eventually the story is like he ate an apple daw with cyanide. So he died. Maybe because of the depression or all the struggle in his sexuality. So, but later on, the Queen apologized and the UK government apologized to him. Now he's a hero in his even if he's LGBT, kumbaga talaga he really contributed to the peacetime, to ensure that war will not be as destructive as it was predicted. So sana wala na.
For our viewers and listeners, para malaman nyo yung pinanggagalingan natin. Kasi sanay tayo na parang lalaki at babae, man and woman lang, male, female lang ang tao. But in all truth and scientifically proven, humanity is complex. People are complex. We cannot just put people in 2 boxes. We are very complex. Parang lagi kong example, kamatis. May iba't ibang uri ng kamatis. May mapula, may green, may violet, may ibang shape, pahaba, pabilog. But they're all tomatoes and they're all juicy and they're all gifts from God. So parang ganun tayo. Hindi tayo dapat parang You're different from me, dapat kang mamatay, dapat hindi na ganun. Kasi nung petsa na, 2021 na, inabot na nga tayo ng pandemic, marami pa rin misogynists na homophobes. So, to the
Let's
UK,
move.
congratulations.
Congratulations. Let's move to the next news. LGBT. The Philippine House panel votes to protect gender identity under anti-discrimination bill. There was a move now that they're deliberating the SOGI bill to remove gender identity in the text. No, parang sabi daw redundant na, hindi na kailangan, meron naman gender and all. So mahalaga ang gender identity, di ba, Win? Ano ba? Kasi iba to, ibang understanding ng gender identity sa gender expression, sexual orientation.
Katulad nga nung sinabi ko kanina, kasi before, ang concept lang ng tao ng sexuality is all related usually related doon sa genitals, no? Sa titi, sa pepex, sa vagina, or sa vulva, or sa penis. Now, science has proven that sexuality is more than that. Sexuality is connected with your brain, what you think, what you feel, who you're attracted to, how you want to express your manhood or womanhood. So it's very, very complex. Now, yung pag-alis ng gender identity will diminish the meaning of the anti-discrimination or SOGI bill. Kasi yung gender is totally different from gender identity. So sex is different from gender is different from gender identity. Sex is related to your genitals, your chromosomes, and to to your hormones. And then gender is how society wants you to be. Does society want you to be a man or a woman? Usually, if you have a penis, they will say, dahil you have a penis, you have to be a man. So gender is based from what other people want you to be. On the other hand, gender identity is your own decision of your manness or womanness. So, lalaki nga ba talaga ako, babae nga pa talaga? So, magkakaiba siya. So, salamat po sa mga nagtanggol na hindi matanggal ang gender identity sa gender. I think Senator Risa was very vocal during the hearings, if I'm not mistaken.
This one naman we've read sa lower house naman sila, of course, sila Congresswoman Geraldine Geraldine and all. So there. But again,
so we're happy with this news, Ron.
We are happy. We are very much elated with this news. Elated. Next news, please.
Alam mo, gumaganda yung vocabulary natin kasi nakakahiya kapag pangit yung mga pinagsasabi natin. Ang ganda-ganda ng guest natin tonight. At matalino siya. So dapat lumevel up din tayo
level
sa
up
vocabulary.
Level up sa vocab. Elated, correct. Now the next news is Taiwan-Macau gay couple win legal battle for marriage. Because in Taiwan, talaga sila parang mover sila when it comes to LGBT. In the region, there's gay marriage.
Not just Southeast Asia, no, but parang in Asia in general, no.
Yes.
Very Lgbt progressive.
That's true. So now there's the High Court ruling na before kasi pwede ka mag-gay couple na marriage if your foreign partner country recognizes gay marriages as well. So ngayon, it doesn't matter. So from Macau, for example, this couple, Taiwan-Macau couple, pwede na daw.
Ron, alam mo, wait lang. Alam mo ba na tumira ako sa Macau?
Ay, hindi ko alam. My God. Ilang egg tart kinain mo?
Grabe ka. Alam mo, bakit ako tumira doon? Dahil sinundan ko ang pag-ibig. Nagkaroon ako ng boyfriend from Macau, pero he's Filipino, but he used to work there. Tapos, I just finished my residency in dermatology. So, sunod ang lola mo doon.
As in talaga, taon ba yan?
Mga parang isang beses na parang 2 weeks, at isang beses na 6 weeks, tapos more na mga visits, ganyan. So, I live there. And kaya ako sinabi yon, parang walang bakla sa Macau, girl. Wala ka, parang kahit maghanap ka doon, parang ito lang, lilima lang mga tao sa kailangan mo pa lumipad sa Hong Kong.
I think.
Para mag-ferry to Hong Kong, para makaramdam ka na merong ibang bakla sa paligid mo.
Oo nga.
So, nakakatuwa naman ito na merong Taiwan-Macau gay couple and they won the legal battle for marriage recognition. So, we like this news, correct?
Again, we are elated with this news. So,
Elated.
sorry. So, salamat Taiwan for always pushing the boundary and
Yeah.
giving
Have
more
you, wait,
space
have
to
you
the
been to
community.
Taiwan? I haven't been.
I've been to Taipei. Yes, Taipei.
Uh,
So
I
talagang
have
ano,
I have been pala sa airport lang, parang in
mga
transit to
transit.
the state, but not to the states, not outside.
Next time
Okay.
pumunta tayo sa gay pride nila. Sige, i-schedule natin
Oo.
pag when it's
Sana,
safer
no?
na.
Yeah,
Oo
yeah,
nga,
yeah.
siba. Okay, so let's move to the next balita. The next ring. Oh, this one. Medyo controversial for the past few days. Statement of Isla Reta. Isla Reta is a resort in Samal Island, Davao, and where apparently, I mean, based on the different narrations, no, na there's this trans woman who tried using the women toilet or shower room, but was prevented from doing so. So parang eventually nagsabi siya sa Facebook nga na parang she felt discriminated and all. So the owner, Mario Reta, was interviewed at Super Radio Davao, and this is what he said. No? He said na parang they're at loosely pinatranslate din natin to kung ano sinasabi niya na parang ang gusto niya sabihin is like we strictly implement na walang transgender na pwedeng pumasok sa CR ng babae dahil dalawa lang ang CR natin, male and female. Pinoprotektahan natin ang mga babae kaysa sa gays. Kung ang lalaki mang-rape ng babae, siguradong may mangyayari, mabubuntis, etc. Pero ang gay, ma-rape ng lalaki, walang mangyayari. So I don't know what... It's sad. I think it was a very sad statement.
I mean, if you're a business owner, it is always a wise decision to practice diversity and inclusion, especially for issues of gender equality, correct? Anong tawag rito? Yung sinasabi niya na mang-rape ang trans woman. Parang, girl, parang, sure ka ba na yung girl ang gusto niya? 'Di ba? Parang napaka-stereotypical na parang pag trans is pag nabasa ko na pag trans is masamang tao, drugista, parang that is so bad. Na parang nagja-judge ka kaagad ng tao, no? Tapos hindi ka pa nagbabasa. So dapat magbasa siya naman para ma-endorse natin ang kanyang negosyo, because that's what we do in the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce, diba? We try to protect the interests, the rights of our sexual minorities. And we also want to emphasize that, again, by practicing diversity and inclusion in the workplace, you attract creativity. It's always a good business decision. You attract more money into your business. So we don't like this news, Ron.
No,
we're not
it's tough.
What is the antonym of elated? I-research mo.
Sabi ko sana, ang sasabihin ko sana, I am abhorred by this news.
Pwede abhorred.
So there, ito yung statement po ng LGBT Chamber of Commerce. Now what we really want is hopefully for all establishment to strict yung mga SOGI-based na policies, no, to explicitly prohibit discrimination based on gender identity, SOGI. Let's have trainings for our employees. Let's make sure that my God, yung neutral toilet, neutral bathroom. Ano ba naman, ang daming pwedeng gawin po natin. No? Maglagay lang tayo ng mga kurtina. Kung women toilet yan, no? Mga cubicle, private kurtina man lang, shower curtain, so that there's privacy also for the trans women, even if the cisgender women feel uncomfortable, para lagyan na natin ng privacy na lang. There are many ways of doing this.
In addition, Ron, parang in our initial talks with cisgender women, they usually don't have issues Especially here in the metro, they usually don't have issues if a trans woman enters their restroom. Kasi even my mom is very conservative. Ang sasabihin niya, iihi lang naman siya nung gagawin niya. Tsaka ang dami naming babae doon, di ba? Parang, ano ba yan?
Hindi ko talaga.
Ni-research ko. The opposite of the antonym of elate is miserable. So we feel miserable.
Miserable, okay. It's a very, we're now miserable.
We feel miserable about this news. So,
let's have less of this news, diba? So sana wala nang ganyan.
Floretta, please make us feel elated by practicing SOGI diversity and inclusion.
That's right. Okay, let's move to the next news na tayo. Wow, ito I think we're now in this fever, the Miss Universe 69th Miss Universe fever. For the past few days, meron yata mga preliminary. This morning, I've seen like clips of the swimsuit and evening gown competition. So I think it's good to always have this kind of positive news out there, no? Parang ano ba to? Yung tipong pag Miss Universe season, wala ngayong beauty parlor, sarado, bawal magpa-manicure, pedicure. Parang sinasabi nila walang
Hindi, pag natalo yun.
panatalo pala, sorry, no? Yung
Di ba yun yung parang, oo, yun yung joke.
manicure.
Oo, yun yung joke. Pag hindi nakapasok, at least sa top 10, huwag kang magpagupit, huwag kang magpakulot, huwag kang magpamani-pedi. Pero may comment ako doon kasi hindi lahat naman ng LGBT nandun sa beauty industry. In fact, there are a lot of LGBT who do not watch Miss Universe. They're not fans. So, parang nasi-stereotype tayo doon na parang lahat tayo mangungulot, which is not true. We are everywhere. We're not just in the beauty industry.
True. But we are
in that industry. In fact,
we are proud of these are SMEs. These are like the beauty parlor establishments.
SME?
Small medium enterprises. MSME dapat, micro small medium enterprises. And we're very happy with these company, mga small mom and pop stores, parlors, and they contribute to the community's economic growth then. So we are happy with them. So sana lang
any business is business and it contributes to our progress.
Legal business.
Legal business.
Sorry. Let's qualify that.
Not harmful to parang the environment and health, di ba?
So,
okay.
So salamat sa balitang ito. Good luck kay Miss Rabia and sana lumaban lang tayo, Philippines.
Wait, natin siya mamaya later, no?
Yes, we will with our guest. So that's all for at least for our Rainbow News. Win, you want to share something to our viewers?
We are parang ang special natin ngayon kasi is Miss Universe, no? So very timely then that we are celebrating IDAHOTB or International Day Against Transphobia and Biphobia. That's on May 17. So parang dual purpose siya. Kaya yung special guest natin ngayon is sobrang excited tayo kasi legit beauty queen talaga siya. Tapos legit professional din siya. And then legit talaga, genuine LGBT ally siya. So, para malaman nyo kung sino tong guest natin, excited na tayo, siya na yung susunod na segment. Diba, Ron?
Okay, correct. So tama. So now we'd like to greet everyone advance Happy International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, Transphobia. And now because of our episode today is Proud and Beautiful. So we'll hear from our beautiful guests. We'll just pause for a break and some information, and please stay tuned and don't leave us. Marami po tayong pagchichikahan sa Pride and Proud Asia. We'll see you after the gap.
We'll be back shortly. This is Pride and Proud Asia, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Some MCs should call me sire. Come on, my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock up funny and come correct. All sets are on time and rap connect. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Some MCs should call me sire. Come on, my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock up funny and come correct. All sets are on time and rap connect.
Ngayong May sa Home Not Alone, Songs from Home with Papa Gio, Karen Sida, Nonoy, Jessica Villarubin, MYMP, Alisa Bonaobra, and Michael Maniaco, and the Gibbs Sisters. Oh, wag ka absent ha, dahil back-to-back na. Wednesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. California time, o Thursdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Philippine time. For sure, back-to-back din ang kwentuhan, kulitan, kantahan, at tawanan. Home Not Alone, Songs from Home with Papa Gio. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio, Los Angeles. Now back to Pride and Proud Asia, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Happy Pride! Welcome back to Pride and Proud Asia, where we put a spotlight on LGBT stories in business and beyond. So let's bring in my co-host, our skin sensei, Dr. Winlove Moika. Hi, Win.
Hello,
Happy Pride again.
welcome back. Happy
Yeah,
Pride. Magandang
my
gabi.
God.
And we're so
Oo.
excited for the next segment of our show because eto na, makakausap na
Mhm.
natin siya.
Oo nga, 'di ba? Ano bang relevance natin? Kumbaga timely to because tomorrow is Miss Universe. It's a beauty pageant season again. And we'd like to call on now our guest. Today we are honored to have a lawyer and beauty queen, she graduated from the University of the Philippines College of Law in 2018. In 2019, she represented the country in Tokyo, Japan, in the Miss International pageant, where she finished in the top 8. And now our reigning Binibining Pilipinas International 2019. Let's all welcome the ever lovely, beautiful in and out, Attorney Patch Magtanong. Hi, Patch. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Hello, Patch. Welcome.
Nakamute ka yata. Yan.
Ayan. Hello,
Ayan.
hello. Happy Pride also. Hello, Ron and Doc Quinn. I'm so elated to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Ayan na, my God, na-pick up na ni Pasha ate, vocabs for the...
But we're very happy that you are here with us. So thank you, thank you. I know sobrang precious ng time mo, but thank you for giving time to be interviewed here in our show. So maraming salamat for being
Of
here with
course,
us.
I'm so excited for our conversation. I know it's gonna be so fun. I feel like I'm in Tonight with Boy Abunda.
Oh, wow.
Ganun ba? Pero times 2, dahil dalawa yung magtatanong sa'yo. Ron, pwedeng ako munang magtanong.
Yes, of course.
Tumpik. Okay.
Umpisahan mo na.
By the way pala, kanina nung first time namin nag-usap ni Patch, sabi ko, nung tatakbo siya for Binibini, minessage ako nung isa sa mga trainee namin sa dermatology sa PGH. Pinsan pala siya ni Patch, second class.
Wow.
Tapos sobrang pinag-usapan namin kung ano yung mga gandang looks para sa kanya. So nakakatuwa lang ngayon na nagkita kami finally. So for your first questions, ang first set of questions, Patch.
Ibagsak na. Go.
Ibagsak na natin. Did you ever plan to be a beauty queen? Naisip mo ba siya nung bata ka na magiging Miss International ka?
Actually, hindi kasi pangit ako nung bata ako.
Grabe na.
Oh my God. Teka lang, sorry.
Grabe kung pangit
Mag-makeup
ka,
lang
ano na
ako.
lang kami. Ano na lang kami? Kuto.
Pero, hindi, like, alam mo yun, yung maitim ako, morena, tapos sobrang payat ko, malaki yung ngipin ko, alam mo yun, tapos I was taller than all the boys I knew, parang ganun. Ako yung pinakabatangkad nung high school. So, sobrang awkward, sobrang, parang hindi ko ma-imagine na maganda ako. But it was thanks to Ate Cheska, actually, your resident, tama ba? Your trainee.
Yeah.
Kasi parang naisip ko matangkad naman ako, baka pwede ako mag-model. Kasi parang narinig ko yung mga model, yung iba hindi naman kailangan kagandahan. Basta lang
Parang,
payat, di ba? High fashion ang tawag doon.
Oo.
Kasi nadadaan naman sa avant-garde na makeup. So yun, I tried, and Ate Cheska helped me, and it was through that modeling agency that I met my my trainer, my mentor, the head of Aces and Queens, si Mama J nga. So, and the rest is history.
My
Okay.
gosh, totoo.
Question lang, sabi mo matangkad ka. Ano ba ang height mo, Patch?
I'm 5'9".
Shit, nakakainis. Ako 5'6 lang ako. Matangkad ka sa akin. So, pag
Wala pang
nag-heels-
takong yan, ha? Walang
wait lang.
takong.
Kung nag 4-inch heels ka, so parang 6-footer ka na. Oh my God, ang tangkad nga no, di ba? Side question. Ano ba yung pinakamatangkad na shoes na nasuot mo na?
Kasi yung meron kaming Bragais shoes na mataas yung platform sa harap, kaya hindi mo feel yung tangkad eh. So parang kaya mong umabot ng 6, ng 7, pero kaya pa rin. Pero I think now, medyo hindi na uso yung makakapal yung takong, 'di ba? In Miss Universe, yung lalo na yung swimsuit, wala na silang platform. So mas modern, mas elegant. So ba yung mga ganon, mga 4 inches lang ata yung kaya, or 5 at the most.
Okay, so workable naman. Next question, Patch. Hindi, Ron, huwag ka magtanong. Akin tong set.
So, makikinig na lang ako, Win, gano'n.
Oo, makinig ka
Parang
lang dyan.
Mag-audience.
Akin
Kukuha na ako ng mga tips sa inyo.
Kasi ako lahat nag-isip ng mga tanong na to, so dapat ako magtanong nito. Okay. What was the hardest part of your training to represent our country, or even before you won Miss International? And parang, did you learn this immediately in 1 to 2 weeks, or parang it took you until bago ka nakaalis, inaaral mo pa siya?
So, the aspects of pageantry that we know, syempre may pasarela, merong Q&A, may makeup training, pero merong other aspect no na kailangan mo i-train, na kailangan mong i-develop, na yun yung parang winning factor mo, na hindi siya, I think, obvious to a lot of people kasi hindi nila nakikita, walang segment for that. Pero ang turo sa akin, the thing that makes you win is really your confidence, your aura, and your power. Kasi kung mapapansin mo, kung kahit hindi magaling yung girl magpasarela, mag-catwalk, basta malakas yung dating niya, ang ganda niya tignan, powerful, kahit medyo hindi perfect yung execution, you still say na ang galing niya, wow. Kasi she has that confidence, that X factor, that stage presence. And for me, doon ako pinaka nag-struggle. Kasi my entire life, parang I was used to being like a wallflower. Ayokong center of attention. Ako yung pinapansin. Gusto ko parang I'm in the sidelines lang, and I don't even dress up. Hindi ako nag-aayos, hindi ako nag-makeup. Sobrang simple lang ng damit ko. But then, training for Binibini, parang sabi sa akin, pagpasok mo ng kwarto, dapat lahat ng tao titingin sa'yo. Ikaw pinakamaganda, that your presence should command attention. So parang, paano yun? Kasi like,
so parang total opposite ng kinalakihan mo.
Correct.
Sobra. And totoo, that's what makes a queen, 'di ba? Yung parang gusto mo siyang pakinggan, gusto mong wala, like parang she's so charming, she's so captivating, sabi nga nila. And yun yung, I think, the unseen skill or unseen part of training for a beauty pageant. And you can learn catwalk, you can have training for it, you can have the moves down, pwedeng marunong ka sa hips mo, marunong ka sa smile mo, pero kung kinakabahan ka, kung di ka confident, kita yun, di ba? Kita yun.
Yeah.
So, that was my main struggle talaga nung
So parang
time
makikita mo rin talaga minsan sa stage na parang aral na aral to. Pero meron yung mga parang alam mo na, for example, sumabit yung damit niya, a lot of people na hindi sanay, na parang hindi confident, will easily get distracted, di ba? Parang may iyak sila kagad or ganyan. Pero kumbaga parang kung chill ka lang, na parang you're in the zone talaga, na sanay, I mean, genuinely, authentically, kilala mo yung sarili mo. Parang mas madali siya. I do get your point. So, Oo nga, no, mahirap yun, especially kung hindi ganun yung training mo as a kid. So I could just imagine. So, gaano katagal mo pinractice yun sa utak mo bago mo nasabi na ready na ako? Tingin mo, mula nung
Ah,
nanalo ko ng Binibining Pilipinas International to the pageant itself.
I can't say that I'm perfect at it yet kasi syempre there's still so much to improve on kasi it was my first pageant, it was my first experience even performing on stage. First time
Partida
in my
yun, ha?
life.
Tas Miss
First time in my
International.
life na tumungtong ako sa stage in
In
front of
fairness sa'yo.
people. Kaya talagang parang trial by fire yung binibini. Parang feeling kong tinapon ako overboard na walang salbabida, alam mo yun? So, the first few events of Binibining Pilipinas, I made so many mistakes. Nanginginig yung legs ko. You see fear in my eyes. But at the same time, that's what made me parang really push myself to improve a lot
Correct.
over a short period of time. So, ideally, I would have wanted more training, more experience. Kasi kita yun eh. Kita yung experience sa pageantry eh. Kasi you build confidence through experience. And I really admit that I lacked that. So,
Practice makes perfect, no?
practice makes perfect talaga. And I only
Parang
had
you have to
2 months.
you have to master your field, about your talent, I guess. And but very interesting kasi tatanungin ko dapat sa iyo kung so ano nga ba kailangan ba less practice na lang then focus na lang on your talagang aura mo talaga, confidence, and if it's written in the stars, it will happen. Ganun ba yon? Or meron talaga dapat there's preparation involved because it's either you're confident, it's either you have that aura, you exude that glow, and you're a head turner when you enter a room. May ganun tao, they don't need to practice it. The moment they enter the room, they're head turner na sila. When they speak, everyone listens. And I think that's a charm, and that's a parang a gift not everyone has. So paano yung mix na gano'n na kailangan hardworking ka rin sa preparation, but at the same time you have to build that trait, that characteristic in you na kaya ko mag-glow wherever I am. Posible ba
Um,
'yun na ganung balanse?
Syempre, ideally you need both. You need to have the personality and then the execution, parang ganon. Pero training can only get you so far eh. You can only practice your pasarela for that amount of time, and all the girls will be practicing the same amount of time as you. Pero ang labanan dyan talaga yung dating mo eh. And the way you perform on stage that night. Kaya everything, lahat ng preparation mo, lahat ng paandar mo, lahat ng pre-pageant activities, by pageant night, wala yan eh. Kasi yun lang naman yung i-judge sa'yo that night, your performance there. And kahit ang galing-galing mo sa studio, nung nagpa-practice kayo ng trainer mo, pag hindi mo
True.
nalabas yun on stage, wala rin. So
Yeah.
talagang, I will really tell anyone na yung talagang yung dating mo talaga is what will make you a winner during that night.
We have
parang it
photos
all
of
sorry, Ron, go
Page.
ahead.
Sorry. We have photos of Page during the pageant, no? So, kasi parang we when we look at your photos, mukhang talaga enjoy mo yung experience, no? Traveling to
Nasa
Japan.
gitna siya ang star.
Oo nga. Look at the other photos. We have a few more, and let's so kamusta? How will you describe your experience in Japan in this whole Miss International pageant 2019?
Sobrang saya. Grabe. I can't say enough about Miss International. They really took care of us. They really made it such an enjoyable experience for us. Parang hindi ko nga na-feel na I was in a pageant. Para lang kaming nag-field trip na isang batch ng girls. Kasi,
So you're still friends with most of the girls?
yeah. Especially like the Asian girls kasi in Miss International kasi they grouped us. So ang hirap kasi i-manage ng 80 girls, diba? So we were group A, B, C, D, E, F. I don't know till which letter, pero they grouped they grouped girls who spoke the same language. So I was grouped with the Asian girls, and sadly, yung mga Latinas, since they spoke Spanish, hindi namin
True.
sila nakasama that much kasi iba yung activity nila, iba yung activity namin. But pero meron naman yung kami lahat. So, yun, usually we were just with the same, siguro mga 20 girls, and sila talaga yung naging ka-close namin. So that was the Asian girls and some girls from America.
Okay. Patch, 2 questions from me. Ron, wag ka mag-question na. Ako muna.
Sige, talaga. I'm giving you the platform today.
Ito yung gusto ko talaga malaman. Second to the last question for this set is, one, did you have a say on the clothes that you're going to wear sa pageant? And second, given the chance, meron ka bang gustong parang i-tweak o palitan na ginawa mo nung nasa Japan ka? Not necessarily regret, but parang looking back, meron ka bang feel mo na parang, sana ganito na lang yung ginawa ko? So I have 2 questions. First is, again, did you have a say on your clothes? And then number 2, meron ka bang gustong palitan dun sa mga decisions mo o ginawa mo while you were in Japan?
Medyo controversial yung second question. Joke lang. So for the first one, did I have a say in the clothes that I wore? I did have a stylist, si Keith Angelo. Sobrang thankful ako sa kanya kasi siya talaga yung nag-asikaso ng lahat, siya yung nag-contact ng designers. Talagang, and it was out of the generosity of her heart talaga. Kasi pag teams in pageantry, more often than not, walang bayad. Talagang for the love lang talaga nila, which is why the girls were all so thankful. And, you know, like I said in the beginning of the segment, wala talaga akong fashion sense masyado. As in, I can live in like just a plain shirt and jeans. Hindi ako marunong mag-mix and match. Hindi ako maarte. Ayoko yung tinitignan ako ng mga tao kasi, uy, tinan mo yung suot niya, bongga. Ayoko yung ganon. Ayoko yung ganon. So,
Hindi
simple lang talaga.
beauty queen ka eh.
That's what was the most difficult part for me nga, like trying to change my mindset into like star, diba? And if I can share a kwento, nung binibini, what do you call that? Applications. It's a big thing in the pageantry world kasi dun mo first makikita yung girls na gusto mag-apply. So usually, like, ang technique, you go sa last day. Para, you know, like, wala lang, para may aabangan. So lahat ng magagaling lahat ng mga like front runners dadating on the last day. So dapat laban na laban ka, 'di ba? Kasi ang mga kasabay mo sila Vicky Rushton, ganon. So my team and we were deciding to what I would wear. And there was this orange dress and there was this simpler pink dress. As in, sobrang plain lang niya. Pink lang na hanggang knee, na bodycon. Yun lang, blush pink, gano'n. Tapos yung orange, ang laki. Parang, pag gano'n, I've never worn anything like that in my life.
Architectural. No.
Oh my, parang, tas ang stiff niya, hindi siya bumababa, gano'n. Tapos, I only get to wear clothes like that pagkakasal yung pinsan ko, gano'n. Pag may wedding, once, hindi talaga. Like I said, wala akong kaalam-alam sa pageantry, hindi gano'n yung ugali ko. Talagang trial by fire talaga. That was the very first activity. So, gusto ko yung pink lang kasi, I don't know, like looking back now, parang parang I didn't know talaga what I was doing. So, I'm so glad that my team, the designer, my catwalk trainer, they convinced me to wear the orange dress. Sige. Kasi parang feeling ko, application lang naman. Dapat medyo corporate. Like, dapat medyo seryoso kasi you go to Binibining Pilipinas office, dalawang files mo, gano'n. Yes! So I'm so glad na, kasi kung yung pink, tsaka, hindi ako magsa-stand out.
Correct.
there's something special about it. So, buti na naka-orange ako.
Oo.
And,
So parang ano siya, parang kung na lang may dalang ka-arko sa likod mo. Hindi siya typical job hunting na parang, "Hi ma'am, ito po ang aking CV." 'Di ba?
hindi siya
So,
job hunting. Para siyang ibigay mo sa akin ang corona. Parang
gusto
gano'n.
mo 'yan.
Dapat
Uy,
gano'n.
Grabe ka. Kala ko naman nakakatakot yung suot mo. Maganda naman yung orange, oh.
Exactly. So you can you kind of get an idea of my mindset before na ayokong shy ako.
Uy, hindi. Ang iniisip ko parang malayong ano tawag dito, si Elizabeth Banks sa Hunger Games, na gano'ng avant-garde. Really, hindi naman avant-garde.
Hindi nga. Now that I know more, I realize.
Recruit din kita.
Oo. I guess for Patch, ano na yan, medyo parang 10 steps ahead of her fashion that time.
outrageous
Remember,
na,
we have to understand kung saan siya nanggaling, very casual lang. At yung parang parang jeans t-shirt lang, gano'n, parang
UP pa, diba?
But Patch, this is very classic. You look very sophisticated here. I must say, it's not overly outrageous, ha? I like it. Walang
That's
etchos.
why I'm so thankful to my team.
Okay, so
So-
parang if I got it correct, parang you're saying na parang that gusto mong mabago is that yung mindset na gano'n na parang ayokong mapansin. So parang you wish you had more of that na dapat maisip nila mabigay sa'yo yung corona. Did I get that correct?
Is as my answer to the second question?
Yeah.
Uh,
Is that
more of I was so new. I was so hilaw. I didn't have experience. I didn't have confidence in my own decisions. I was just testing the waters, and I'm fortunate to have reached as far as I did. But valuable talaga yung may experience ka eh. So, I know I made a lot of mistakes. Not mistakes, but like I know I made choices that were not the best. Knowing what I know now, I would have made different choices. But then at the same time, I don't regret anything that I presented kasi we worked so hard on that. Papanindigan ko kasi pinili ko yon, and that was a choice that we
like
made.
what? Be specific.
Wala,
Sige.
like, I don't know.
Tayo lang.
Wala lang live.
Oo, wala nakikinig.
Oo, tsaka tapos na yun eh. May masusuka ba nila? Isumo sila pa ba nila? Ano yun? Na-intriga ako.
Hindi, wala lang.
Bigla nahiya si Patch.
You can always say naman na, ay, sana ito ginawa ko. Pero wala na, tapos na eh. That's, mangyari na eh.
Ano to, sa actual pageant? Or parang preps? Parang choice of clothes for specific events? Or parang things what to say? Parang ganyan.
Choice of theme daw.
Ano bang clothes to?
Ano?
Ano bang clothes to? Ba't parang meron kang clothes na gusto mong sabihin ko na nire-regret ko?
Hindi naman. Kasi 'di ba, it's your kaya nga yung first question ko sa iyo is, did you have a say on your clothes? So parang what I was getting from your answer was parang on your own, hindi ka marunong pumili on your own na kung anong papatok for a pageant. Tama. So parang you're thankful kaya pinili yun ng team mo that orange clothes. Yung orange dress. Pero kasi 'di ba, laging issue yon even especially at the height nung kay MJ, di ba? Sa Miss Universe. Parang laging issue yun. Parang, hindi namin gusto. Bakit yan yung damit? Ang dami-daming So, hindi lang. Naisip ko lang. Pero wala ako talagang alam. Kaya nga tinatanong ko yung specific para ma-enlighten ako.
Pero Win, I think in every season naman palaging issue yung damit, no? Parang even itong nangyayari ngayon, no? So parang hindi ko alam. Maybe it's because, talagang we're gung-ho on the beauty pageant sector and in the whole scheme of things. But lahat ng detalye on the dress, what how you project yourself, your pasarela, may supporters at may bashers. Unfortunately, that's the reality of life. And I think what I'm learning from Patch is that ultimately, it's your confidence you're building. Ikaw yung mahalaga pa rin. No? Parang you have to, dapat may buy-in ka sa sarili mo that you want this. Diba? When Win asks you, kumbaga, at the start, do you really want to be a beauty queen? Maybe at the start, no, but it grew on you, and then you realize you really want this, diba? So
So,
ano
wag
mga,
na natin sagutin si Patch. Ayaw niyang
oo,
sagutin. Pero mamaya na lang, pag hindi on air, kwento mo. Promise. O tatanong ko na lang kay Cheska. Cheska, ano ba yung sinasabi ni Patch?
oo, baka daw self-incriminating.
Oo nga
Chari.
I reserve my right.
No pressure, sorry. Huwag ka ma-pressure. O, ikaw na, Ron. Mas importante yung mga tanong mo na next.
Hindi naman. Hindi. Actually, we're doing like a free-flowing discussion naman. So we're very happy with the comments from our viewers tonight. So adorable. Pak Go Mom, Go Moms from Nemo, from Francesca C, my favorite queen of all time.
Oh,
Diba? Ganon. So, in fairness, beauty and brain talaga. So thank you for all our viewers. Just keep sending your comments. We'll try to read some of the questions if you have. So, ipasok nyo lang po dyan. No? Patch, etong tanong namin ngayon. Parang when you were doing, pre-pageant life, di ba, you say, casual ka lang, you want to be like a wallflower, ayaw mo magpakita. Yung talagang, siguro, nakasombrero na, nakatago and all. Di ba, pre-pageant life. We know that in beauty pageants now, meron kang may mga LGBT and all. Meron ka ba interaction with the LGBT community when you were growing up, all the way to you studying law in UP? Kamusta interaction mo with the LGBT community?
So, ever since I was in grade school actually, kasi I studied in an all-girls school, and marami doon yung mga lesbians. So, parang I grew up around the LGBT community, and it was just the most natural thing. Meron akong kabarkada na members of the LGBT community.
Cool.
And parang, I don't know, kaya since pagkabata ko, I was exposed to that. Kaya I never had a mindset na them and us. I never grew up with a mindset na iba sila, iba ako. Kasi hindi naman sila iba. Classmates ko sila, kaibigan ko sila.
Yeah.
And that carried over to when I was in UP. In UP, mas liberal. Maraming gay guys sa UP. Meron akong dalawang best friends na gay guys from my UP undergrad. And I'm really happy na UP offered an environment na very open. Meron kaming UP Babaylan. Very strong yung presence.
True, the Babaylan.
Yeah, anong tawag doon? Lantern Parade. Lagi naming inaabangan yung ng Babaylan.
Babaylan.
So I guess I was always just
comfortable with it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that word. Comfortable. And then, so nung nag-pageantry ako, mas marami din yung members ng LGBT community. Actually, almost all, grabe, 90% siguro ng everyone from the inside to the supporters.
Every step of the way.
Oo. Especially kapag pag dala-dala mo na yung sash, bagsak na lahat ng mga kampo-kampo. Wala na, Philippines na yan. Kaya nga nag-aaway ngayon, bawal sabi ng negative comment basta Philippines. Kunwari ayaw mo yung suot niya, wag mo nang sabihin yan kasi nakakasira.
Support na.
Kasi super talagang ganyan ng LGBT community. What can you say about the support that you receive? 'Di ba parang meron bang parang mga social media parang count or ganyan? Kasi 'di ba yung mga LGBT ganyan, oy lamang na si Indonesia, hindi tayo dapat magpatalo. Hindi tayo pwede magpatalo sa Indonesia. Kailangan mas marami tayo magme-message yan, mga bakla, mag-like na kayo. Nangyari ba yun sa'yo, Patch?
Yeah, syempre. Wait, I'm trying to recall sa Miss International, may voting ba? Parang meron ata Miss Photogenic ganun. Pero MM lang yon. Nung binibining Pilipinas, ang uso dyan, paramihan ng likes. So, merong per girl, I think merong group chat ng fans, ng parang supporters. Tapos, ime-message ng admin doon na parang, oh, nakapost na yung kay Patch Gora na mga bakla, ganun. Tapos, like. Tapos, maraming account. Tapos, yung may ano pa, aawayin yung fans ng ibang girls.
Yeah.
Grabe,
Oh my gosh.
yun yung, grabe yun. I mean, I'm thankful for the support. Pero, may feud talaga at that time with the supporters of Gazini. Sorry ako ng sorry kay Gazini kasi grabe talaga. Parang away kung away. And even within the group chat, yung group chat ng supporters ko, sila din nag-aaway. Parang sasabihin nila, spy ka galing kay Gazini, no? Ikik yan.
Oh my God.
Nag-aaway sila. Kasi parang pag may spy, malalaman nila yung yung mga pasabog, yung mga paandar, nagkukunwari.
Naalala ko din kay Catriona, meron pa yung parang lahat ng letters gagawin mong lahat ng vowels gagawin mong letter E para hindi nila mabasa, like kasi ganyan, parang gano'n, para hindi daw maintindihan ng parang anong language, para hindi naiintindihan.
Ay, Google Translate.
Oo, para hindi ma-translate, hindi ma-Google Translate. Pero grabe talaga yung support ng Filipino sa sa mga beauty queen. Talagang especially pag nakita nila na you're a genuine person, hindi kayong parang you're pretending to be somebody you're not. Talagang hanggang tumanda ka, you are in their hearts. Like our di ba, sina Gloria Diaz, sina Margie Moran, you'll never forget their name. So Patch, I'm sure ganyan ang kahantungan ng pangalang Patch Magtanong, Attorney Magtanong.
So hindi natin alam, baka mayroon pang mas may bagong libro o chapter na bubukas kay Patch,
may question pala. May nagpahabol sa Twitter.
May gano'n.
Attorney, wala ka na ba daw balak sumali sa Miss Universe? Ay! Oh my God!
Pwede mong sagutin, pwedeng hindi.
Wait, huminto siya. Wait lang.
Naglag lang.
Huminto
Ano
siya.
daw?
Boy, sandali parang
choppy.
sa atin to naganap. Sa show naganap.
Well, may work na po ako sa law firm.
Oh.
And there are so many girls who are so deserving. There are so many phenomenal women na just waiting in the wings na lalabas very, very soon, who are capable, very, very capable of bringing crowns for the country. And I had the best experience representing the Philippines. That's my best experience. I don't think anything in my life will top that ever. And I'm excited for more girls to experience that. So give chance to others.
Pero wait lang. Nag-hope lang kami sa...
Talaga invested tayo win, no?
Wait lang. Ano ka na ba? Lagpas ka na ba sa age limit for Miss Universe? Ang age limit ba is 27? Is that correct?
I think 28 on the day of the pageant.
Pero hindi ka pa 28.
I just turned 27.
Meron pa isang taon. May isang taon pa para mag-isip. Tapos, anong law firm yun? Makausap nga.
Wow.
I-revoke po yung application ni Attorney Patch. But I understand, no? Sometimes parang pag dumaan ka na, parang you can't stay in one place forever. I also agree with you. You give chance to others. But if you're still willing, you still have the support of the entire nation for sure.
Oo nga. So, what can you say now to your LGBT supporters, no? Maybe those who are looking forward to you joining another pageant, another round, and or in general, parang now that you're sabi mo, you're pursuing your legal career, I guess, no? Kung papasok ka na sa law firm, any message to the LGBT supporters out there?
Thank you so much for all your support from the beginning, kahit nung undergrad pa lang ako na nalalagay ako sa hot picks sa Missology na 6 years bago ako finally dumating. Thank you so much to everyone supporting me na never nawalan ng hope. And especially when I joined Binibini na really fought for me, and even nung Miss International na nakikipag-away sa kung sino-sinong bayan para sa akin. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much. Up to now, I see your comments. Halos araw-araw may nagtatag sa akin ng miss you, please. Thank you na never ako nawala sa isip nyo. Thank you that you're putting your trust in me na feeling nyo na kaya ko pang mag-represent ng country again. Dahil sa inyo na I think nalabas ko to a certain extent yung that inner confident may woman na may X factor na commanding yung presence. Kasi when I see your comments na you believe in me, kahit hindi ako naniniwala sa sarili ko, parang nabubuhayan ako na parang, wait, parang magaling ata ako kasi ang daming nagko-comment. So, dahil sa inyo yon, maraming salamat. Thank you for supporting me until now. And if in the future I have other, if I pursue other things,
endeavors,
I hope you support me also. So, maraming salamat po.
I think kaya yung chair.
Go ahead.
Officer, I think kaya maraming talagang genuine supporters from the LGBT community si Patch. Kasi they also know that Patch is an LGBT ally. Di ba, Patch, you attended the Metro Manila Pride and meron kaming ebidensya. Nakita namin, nandun ka at meron kang hawak-hawak na rainbow flag. Meron ba tayong photo para ipakita yon?
We can show that flag. Let's look at it. And I think meron tayong ebidensya that you know, Patch attended that pride flag.
Yeah, kasi parang pag nakikita mo that parang if you're a minority
there.
Di ba? Mix and match na siya. Laro na siya mag-mix and match. Di ba parang if you're part of a minority and then you see somebody important in the limelight who has the spotlight trying to lift you up, di ba parang you want to support that person. So, I truly believe kung ano man yung maging decision mo, parang continue your career or parang take a last chance sa pageant world, the people will always support you whatever your decision is. Because kasi you support us. So we also want to thank you on behalf of the LGBT community. Thank you for raising our flag. Di ba? Pwede ako sumali.
Para nagko-closing ka na. Hindi pa tayo closing.
Hindi ako pwedeng sumali.
Pero alam mo, hindi baka delikadong sabihin ni Patch ang kanyang schedule ngayon sa mga kung may mga court hearings and all dahil baka magdumagsa ang mga fans sa mga regional trial court or kung ano man ang kung magta-trial lawyer ka ba? Do you see that doing that kind of work as a lawyer when you enter the firm, or anong klaseng specialization naman ang tinitignan mo as part of your legal practice?
Actually, when you're in a law firm, you have an opportunity to try different areas of law. So I think for the first 2 years or for the first year, kung san-san ka lalagay, para makita mo kung ano yung interest mo, kung saan ka magaling. And then after that, you pursue na lang the field that you want to pursue. So I'm looking forward to try litigation, yun yung pag-trial lawyer, because my dad is a litigator. I also want to try corporate. So ang clients mo yung mga big companies. I want to try labor. So yung clients mo yung either yung company or yung mga employees. Maraming klase, and I'm excited to try it out.
Na-imagine ka na namin na nasando ka. Parang your honor. Talaga parang, wow, pak na pak.
Parang anong tawag dito? Ano nga yung mga show na ganun sa States na parang...
Suits.
Suits parang ganun. Ang taray, di ba? Parang pagpasok mo, your honor. Tapos wala na silang masabi. Kasi sobrang ganda. Pag ano na lang sila, yes ma'am.
Marireveal yung ating age ko. Parang sabi ni Pat, Suits na show. Sabi ko saan, Ali McBeal.
Pero
Di ba?
tama ka. Tama ka.
Di ba? Yung
Pero
mga,
ako nakarelate pa ako sa suits.
ah, pero that would be very interesting too. Sana may mag-record malalagay yan. May mga paparazzi shot na nakatayo ka pa sa harap ng judge at nag-explain and all, di ba? So that's
Tapos
what we'll be
nakaganon.
looking forward.
Tapos nakaganon si Judge.
Sana lang wag yung hindi lang yung parang how to get away with murder, no? Hindi yung lawyer na gano'n. Anyway,
Nakapasarela, papasok ka lang sa court.
di ba? Ang ganda nun. Ang ganda nun. Pak, tas sabay bagsak ng
Bag. Your Honor.
Your Honor. Parang COVID naman yata yun. Pero nakakatuwa rin naman kasi parang from that life, then parang Patch is really parang focusing on being a lawyer now. No? So parang tingin mo as gusto naming sabihin, ako personally as a part of the LGBT community, ang dami talagang parang mga inequalities on how our laws are built. So, syempre elated and excited kami for such an ally to be parang a person of the law. Kasi parang in a way we are hoping that you will help us in our advocacies. Parang do you see yourself in the future parang being involved in such advocacies? You may or may not answer, but if you answer, I only wish that your answer is truthful and from the heart. Oh.
Of course naman. I advocated for the passing of the SOGI Equality Bill. There was an issue last year, I think kasi na-dismiss yung case. Na-dismiss yung case with the Supreme Court. If I'm not mistaken. And then that caused a huge parang nagalit yung mga tao kasi dinismiss ng Supreme Court yung case for the SOGI Equality Bill. And I had to parang I took it upon myself to explain to my followers ganon kung bakit nangyari yun. Kasi in reality hindi naman dinismiss ng court because hindi siya in favor of the law. Basically, dinismiss lang niya on the technicalities kasi mali yung pagpa-file nung petitioners sa court. Parang ganon. So, I'm happy that I have that legal background to educate people kasi minsan, especially when it's about the law, yung bill, tapos Supreme Court, medyo esoteric. Parang hindi, hindi magigets ng mga normal people. So, I'm happy na parang kaya ko maging link to that to make it more accessible to people na hindi nila naiintindihan yon. So, I want to continue that. And then, I'm also, my friend, Mela Habijan, Miss Trans Global.
Mela.
If you know her. So, she's launching a campaign for this Monday, the International Day Against Homophobia.
Ida Hobbit, yeah.
Homophobia, transphobia,
and biphobia.
Yes. So I'm helping with that. But actually in reality, I prefer not to I will always be an ally. Pero I want the advocating to come from members of the LGBT community. Kasi feeling ko, I'm still learning and hindi ako member of the community to speak your story.
You're part of us.
Thank you so much. Pero parang,
you're part of us.
Parang dapat, thank you so much. Pero parang dapat nanggagaling yung story, yung experiences from someone, from a member of the LGBT community. Parang, yung kaming mga allies will do as much as we can, support kami lagi, pero we can never speak your truth kasi hindi namin alam yun. So, I will always be there to help, pero hindi ko expertise kasi like I said, ang dami ko pa rin natututunan. Parang kanina when you were saying the news, ang dami kong natutunan. So yun, I'll always be here to support. But
pero I want to correct you, I want to correct you. I understand what you're saying, that it's not you, you're not part of that community. but because an influential personality, having you by our side means a lot. Kahit na minsan nga wala kang sabihin eh, it means a lot. So thank you for clarifying these legal issues, and we really hope no to see more of you. Kahit actually wala kang sabihin, we're happy.
Ay,
Presence of
thank you.
allies, di ba?
Yeah.
Nandyan
Oo,
lang. Nandyan lang kayo.
Sometimes, di ba parang friends need not say anything. Just be there. We're happy. Just that, parang that picture of you holding a flag means a lot to us. Of course,
That's true.
people know parang genuinely that you are holding that flag because you're really proud. You're not just pink baiting people kasi iba naman yun. But yeah, even just your parang a post will always mean something. You always inspire somebody and light an LGBT kid. So I have to correct you. No, you're doing something good. even
Thank
if
you
you
so
are
much.
even if you are parang silent and not really living the truth of individuals. In fact, you will be amplifying their voices. So
That's true.
there, I gave you a lesson. Ang
Wow, di
sungit.
ba?
Ang sungit. Hindi,
Pash, pasensya
joke lang
na.
joke lang, mabait ako talaga.
Kilala mo ba si Miss Minchin?
Ay, grabe siya. Si Miss Minchin, payat yun, hindi ako payat. Kaya hindi ako pwede mag-si Miss Minchin.
Sige. May question ako kay Pash. Pwede na ba ako magtanong ng ano?
Yeah. Before we go for a break, yeah.
Before we go for a break, sagutin ni Pash after the break, no? We remember your final speech sa Miss International 2019, where you said na, parang it's we need to break down barriers so women could reach their full potential, diba? So that's very much true. In the case of LGBT community individuals, what kind of barriers should we be breaking down so that we ourselves will also be reaching our full potential? From your perspective as a beauty queen, from your perspective as being engaged or interacting with LGBT every step of the way, there are barriers that we face, maybe barriers that you've seen your friends have experienced. What should we continuously destroy so that we are all growing towards our full potential? So sasagutin ni Pat yan when we return after a few commercials. So maghintay lang po tayo. Please stay tuned, and we'll hear more from our beautiful, lovely beauty and brain guest, Attorney Patch Magtanong. Happy Pride. See you in a bit, guys.
We'll be back shortly. This is Pride and Proud Asia, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
It's time to feed your mind. It's time to know the real answer. It's time to be aware. Information that you need to know, straight from the experts. Timely, reliable, and relevant. Different sides of issues and from different walks of life. All of them with questions that demand answers. Here in the Conversations with Chester Kidlat, every Sunday at 10 a.m. Only here in Big Media. For harnessing luck and success in doing business, this is Philippine Business Feng Shui at your service. Sa ikaunlad ng bayan, Feng Shui ang kailangan. Hosted by your partner in luck, Master Adric Dalumpines, every Wednesdays at 8 p.m. See you on our next learning modules for luck in business. Only here on Big Media.
Now back to Pride and Proud Asia, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Episode of Pride and Proud Asia. We have with us my co-host, the skin sensei himself, Dr. Winlove Moika. Hi, Win. Let's bring in our special guest. Si Patch na ang sasagot ng ating hanging question. Ano ang mga barriers that we should be continuously breaking so that the LGBT community or individuals will grow their full potential in their full.
So I think women and the LGBT community, we share similar barriers. So in my speech, I talked about violence, harassment, and discrimination. Pero ang difference nun, mas mahirap yung nararanasan na oppression ng LGBT community because may pinakamalaking barrier sila na hindi namin as women na-experience, and that is acceptance. Sobrang hirap nun because your very existence, your very identity is being questioned. That's the most basic part of you. Yung pagiging ikaw, kina-question, hindi tinatanggap. Like the news kanina, yung Ay Lareta, parang hindi mo ina-accept yung na trans women don't prefer women. So hindi mangyayari yun. So that very fact is is your truth as a trans woman, and hindi nire-recognize ng ibang tao. Hindi ka ina-accept. So that is, I think, the biggest barrier, na it's so ridiculous na hanggang ngayon problema yon, na ganun kasimpleng acceptance lang ng kapwa nating brothers and sisters, hindi matanggap ng ibang tao. So that's the biggest barrier, kaya we have to work towards that. Hindi lang to problema ng LGBT community. Problema to ng lahat ng tao, na we all need to work together for that acceptance, and which is why it's so important to celebrate this Monday, the International
Ida
Day
Hot.
against
Yeah.
homophobia, transphobia, and biphobia. So, yun.
Diba? So I think we are na naman. We're moving forward every step of the way. And that's why I think what Win told you a while ago about being ally, showing yourself, expressing that you are an ally of the community already means a lot to us. It's amplifying basically the voices of the LGBT. And true enough, in 2021, meron pa rin mga issue ng acceptance, di ba? Parang, hindi ko, saan nagagaling siya, di ba? Parang, like for women, at least I think the women advocacy has progressed so much through the years. And like LGBT for us, we support women rights, women advocacies, because, parang we understand and we believe that, the being in an oppressed state makes you empathize, makes you feel that kailangan magsama-sama tayong lahat, women, children, all those na mga nasa laylayan ng lipunan, as they say. And diba, underrepresented and the marginalized. So I think it's always good to have beauty queens talking about inclusion, talking about acceptance. Diba, Win?
Yeah, and I also like to acknowledge the humility of Patch. Saying that she does not know everything. And I think lahat naman tayo, we don't know everything. Even sa mga LGBT, meron tayo mga sariling internalized phobia. And as we meet other people, we get to learn new things. And it's always a good idea to be open-minded. So, spoken like a true queen. Now, we are going to the last segment of our program. And isama natin si Attorney Patch sa pagsagot ng mga questions from our viewers. Okay ba sa'yo yan, Patch?
Sure. Nakabahan ako daw.
Mga pasabog questions, hindi naman.
Hindi naman sobrang mahirap, pero nakakalap tayo ng mga questions from our listeners and viewers, no? So, question 1. What is your quick lang kasi we have 10 minutes. Quick lang. What is your beauty regimen? How do you keep your glow, especially in this pandemic? Ay, very relevant to kay Patch. Attorney.
Kung makikinig kami, Patch, importante ang beauty regimen ngayon.
Tapos may papel dito.
Teka lang, i-record dati.
Ako kasi, tamad ako mag-skincare, very low maintenance. Pag may one time bumili ako ng 10-step Korean skincare, nasayang lang lahat. Kasi when I look at it, parang, oh my God, ang tagal nito, ayoko na. So just keep it simple, just manage your kung dapat kilala mo sarili mo. Kung love mo yun, sige, bili kang 10. Pero just do something na alam mong you'll be consistent with. Ay, may derma pala dito! Nakakahiya! Kuda ako ng kuda.
You probably hear this from your cousin as well, si Cheska, because we come from the same institution and we believe in the same thing. The simpler, the better. No matter kung gaano kahaba yung step 9, if you're not going to be able to do it, sayang lang. So,
Hayaan mo,
Oh my
beauty queen ka
God.
naman. So makikinig kami sa iyo as beauty queen, queen.
So in short,
We
may
have-
lang na maganda si Patch, hindi niya kailangan ng 10 steps. Kahit 2 lang, pwede na.
Totoo naman kasi Doc Win and
Oo
Patch, kasi
naman.
nakakatamad
Maganda
talaga,
naman.
di ba? Parang
Oo.
kada part iba ilalagay mo. Tapos
That's
parang,
without-
Papatuyuin mo pang ganun.
oh my
yeah.
God.
Okay.
Well, pero
Yes.
pinag-effortan ng beauty, sabi ng iba, di ba? So, another question, Patch, we got from some of our viewers. Let's look up the pop-up question. And what is the best way to educate families on LGBT inclusion? So, you being exposed to LGBT, interacting with us, ano sa tingin mo ang dapat gawin para mas ma-educate pa natin ang mga pamilya on LGBT?
Yeah, from your
Well,
personal experience.
Grabe, mahirap to kasi family is parang very sensitive, and some of us, hindi ako included, I'm very lucky na I have very loving, accepting parents. Love na love nila yung mga friends ko na tumulong sa akin sa pageantry. Syempre, sobrang thankful din sila. So, I'm lucky in that aspect. Pero I know na merong yung mga sa sarili nila na parents parang mas hindi open-minded, or like yung mga hardcore na religious na hindi open makinig. I think the first step is just mutual respect. So you try to connect with them first in that way na you show them you respect them, and then you show them you love them. Kasi that's the root of communication. Before you parang inject a little bit na parang you give them information. That's the first step. Don't push your beliefs kasi like you know that they're close-minded. Pero first start with that relationship, that open communication, and then you can start with information little by little. And then when you see that they're responding to it and they're receiving it in a good way, you can start with na yung mga alam natin ngayon. So sometimes it's a long process. Sometimes mahirap talaga na i-change yung heart ng mga tao na close-minded. Pero it'll be worth it, lalo na pamilya mo yun. Hindi siya magiging madali. Pero little by being consistent. I've heard stories from my friends and that's the way they did it. And nagpe-pay off naman siya. And you pray also na God will open your heart.
Alam mo, attorney, you're a young woman, but your words, they are from a wise woman. Kung sino man ang nagtuturo sa'yo at naging mentor mo, I'm sure sobrang palakpak ang tenga niya kasi maganda yung sagot mo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yung mga pinaghuhugutan na experience ni Pasha, I think, with the
kasi
years.
if it's your family, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a long process. So little by little, you have to show them, you have to talk to them. Kasi a lot of kids, LGBT kids, also get disappointed because gusto nila instant, one day makuha na. But from experience talaga, it doesn't happen that way. So thank you for saying that. I think a lot of people do not understand that coming out or explaining LGBT does not happen in a day, but it's a continuing process. Ang galing mo.
It's starting up.
Tapos Miss Universe na.
Malala.
Naiinis ako.
Correct. But that's true. It's starting a conversation. Share some information about the LGBT. Don't be pushy, I guess, di ba? Kumbaga, kasi kung di, kadalasan pag pinush mo yung issue, di ba, they will react close-minded na. So,
slowly.
right.
Yeah. So, next question na, Chief Rampa Officer.
Yes, we have another question.
Okay. And then we have a last question. So this is second to the last question. How do you show your love and appreciation to your parents? Uy, ang personal ng question. Bakit kaya? Si attorney?
Mom ko
I
ba
would assume
nagsabi
that
nito?
the parents are very supportive.
Sobra supportive nila. They made my journey so easy for me. Parang lahat ng hindi ko kayang gagawin nila. Parang kunwari bibili ng gamot, sila gagawa, or papadala ng pagkain, mga ganon. And sila din yung number one, nagpo-post, nagsa-share, nagko-comment. And I don't show my love and appreciation enough to my parents. Kasi lumaki akong medyo parang hindi masyadong malambing. Parang nahihiya ako eh. Pero, so I try to do it in my own little way. Kunwari, chichikahin mo sila, kukumustahin mo, bibilihan mong pagkain, just to make them feel that you're there for them. And I really don't say it enough. I don't show it enough because for everything that they've done for me. So thank you, commenter, for calling me out. And alam ko na nanonood yung mom ko kanina kasi pumasok siya kanina. So I love you so much, Mama and Papa.
Ayan
Thank you so
na. Mommy, payagan mo na the show mag-Miss Universe. Kulitin ko na si Cheska. Cheska, kulitin mo na yung pinsan mo. Mayroon pang 1 taon. Tapos super supportive naman ng parents. So, ayan. Dahil anak, sinabihan mo ako ng I love you online. Eto, ang pera pambili ng additional na gown.
Yay!
Okay. So thank you, Pat. Last question, Chief Rampa Officer. Would you like to ask?
Yes, we have one more. We have one more question. Fearless forecast. Who will bag the 69th Miss Universe crown? My gosh, nakakatakot naman tong tanong na ito. Pwede na lang pwede mo i-describe na lang kung ayaw mo mag-fearless forecast.
Or
ibulong
parang,
sa amin, ibulong.
Or parang top 3. Top 3. Para
top
hindi
three,
naman, hindi naman masyadong cutthroat.
Grabe. Who will bag the crown? Philippines. Syempre, claim na natin yan. May duda pa ba? We have to manifest it. We have to give her 100% support. There's no room for doubt. Sobrang hirap ng ginagawa niya. Tapos dadagdagan pa natin. So, we have to believe in her. We have to support her. Kasi, grabe, I've been following the pageant for the past few days na since dumating siya. Actually, ever since naman, pino-follow ko. And grabe yung level na ng toxicity ng mga tao. I mean, I've been there, yung parang you come from an event, tas feeling mo, ang galing-galing mo, you're happy with your performance. Tas pagtingin mo sa Instagram, oh my God. Ang dami nila gusto. So, and then your heart sinks. Grabe, I've been there. That's not what the girl deserves to go through. That's not what the girl needs at that time. Ang hirap, kaya advice sa amin minsan, wag ka na magbasa. So I want to remind all the pageant fans na please be kind to the girl. Give your constructive criticism. That's very welcome. Pero please refrain from the mean comments. Kasi the girls, even the other girls from other countries, they're just pursuing their dream. Bakit sila nako-crucify? Bakit yung sila binabash? You don't bring our candidate up by bringing other girls down. Just let her performance speak for herself. And if you will nyo yung confidence niya and yung mood niya. Kasi
grabe, best in swimsuit siya para sa akin.
Ang galing niya, no?
As in parang tumabi kayong lahat dyan. Alis na, uwi na. Ano bang ginagawa ninyo? Hindi pa kayo nag-impake.
Wow.
Hampas to the left, hampas to the right.
Correct.
Yeah. So, Ron, can you believe it? Natapos na tayo. 1.5 hours. We enjoyed our time with our guests.
Parang ang bilis.
Yeah, attorney, we are so happy that you gave this chance for us to interview you. To talk with you is parang kakilala ka na namin matagal na. Thank you so much for being game and for being our ally, an LGBT ally. Ron,
Thank you,
can we hear your final message, no? Para like another message to all our viewers, to the LGBT community who has been supporting you all these years. What can you tell them? And we're very happy to also hear your thoughts on the Miss Universe pageant right now. Patch, final message to everybody.
Again, thank you so much to all my supporters from the LGBT community. I wouldn't be here without you. Just know that I'm always here. You're seen, you're loved. Hindi, the world isn't so bad. Ang onti lang ng mga tao na with so much hate in their heart na lahat yung mga tao around you, mahal nila kayo, maraming sumusuporta, maraming nag-accept sa inyo, and you are so valuable in this world. Speaking from experience, grabe, yung lahat ng tumulong sa akin, like I said, I wouldn't be here without you. Hindi kayo less of a person, huwag kayo makikinig sa mga ganon kasi the LGBT community actually parang carries the entire entertainment and even pageantry. So, grabe, sobrang thankful ako sa inyong lahat. Please support our candidate, Rabia Aksenia Mateo. Miss Universe is on Monday. And also, I would like to add, please don't forget to vote. The next elections, that's one of my advocacies. If you haven't voted yet for the youth, September 30, last day of registration. The COMELEC will be open kasi GCQ na tayo. Mabilis lang, 30 minutes lang. From what I heard, you just have to print the application form beforehand and then bring your face shield, face mask, ball pen, and register to vote. We really need your help. And yun, please pray for the Philippines.
Yes, oh my God.
Thank you. Grabe, nakakakilabot.
Oo nga. And always remember, like at least on you have a place, you have a home in the LGBT community, specifically also with the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce. So if you have any more advocacies in the future, such as election, voters education, etc., please feel free to reach reach out to us, and then we'll make sure that we also get that advocacy out there, amplifying your voice through our platform. So maraming salamat, Patch.
Thank you, attorney. Thank you.
I think for our listeners, again, it's not goodbye. It's always see you later. See you next Saturday. They can reach us by logging in through all of these social media platforms, accounts of V81 Radio Manila. You can also email us at prideandproudasia@gmail.com, and make sure that if you have questions, any suggestions, recommendations, feel free to reach out to us. So, Win, I think napakataba at malaman ng ating usapan this evening. And again, we're very happy to have Attorney Patch Magtanong for this show. And please keep on watching Pride and Proud Asia. This show is presented by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce in partnership with V81 Radio Manila. Thank you for joining us today, and catch us next week here in Pride and Proud Asia. Once again,
this is Winlove Mojica, Dr. Winlove Mojica, the Skin Sensei, saying, huwag kayong pupunta sa mga kulog na lugar na kamamatay.
And I'm Ron, your Chief Rampa Officer, saying, Pride mo, irampa mo. Pride and Proud Asia.
Use your voice.
Happy Pride! Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Thank you, Patch. Happy Pride!
Thank you, attorney.
Thank you so much. Had so much fun.
You're right.
Welcome to Pride and Proud Asia, Asia's first online radio show that champions LGBT contribution and leadership in business and in our country and the region. Hosted by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce. Visibility, representation, and empowerment. This is Pride and Proud Asia. Saturdays, 8 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Happy Pride! Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, your all hits, all Pinoy digital radio station in South Manila. This is V81 Radio.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio ko. B81 Radio, B81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. B81 Radio, B81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, B81 Radio.